Hi, this is Miss Cox. Today I'm going to go over some Glogster basics, specifically for my students' research projects. So this is my example here of the way your project should be laid out to start with. So I'm going to talk about several different things to start with. First, how to delete things. We didn't talk about this in class, but basically if you click on something, you'll notice there's a little trash can. Just click on the trash can and bam, gone. You can actually get rid of the link to my website. You can also delete some of these if you need to later. You may realize you want a video or an image instead of post-it notes. It's fine to delete those. So very easy to delete things in Glogster. Next thing, we talked about linking in class, but remember you need to link to something or cite your source if it's something that you learned from another website. So my example here, let's say I found out about what cancer is, and cancer, and basically just type in what you're going to put. So I type my sentence here, and this is information that I got from this other website. So I need to cite my source. You copy the link, you select source, I put source at the end of my sentence, and then right here where it says hyperlink to selection, you click paste with Control V as in vampire, and you'll notice a little underline has been added that shows you that you've created that link. Now the good news is there's a couple different ways to cite your source. Sometimes it makes sense to cite it at the end of a sentence. Other times you may just want to have a whole detail cited. So I'm going to type something out and show you what that looks like. Now here I have a key facts post-it, and what I've done is I've typed out a key fact. Now sometimes you may realize there's not a whole lot of room to put source at the end of every one of your facts or pieces of information, because if I list all my facts here, source might get kind of messy. Might not make this look as easy to read. So what you can do is you can select the whole sentence if you want. Here's the website I found this fact from. Is cancer contagious? No, cancer is not. I'll copy this, Control C. I've selected the line, and then over here paste it in with Control V as in vampire, and now this whole fact is a link to the source. Both ways are fine. You can have source at the end, or you can have the whole thing selected, but if you have a large paragraph, you don't really want to have every single line selected as a source. It's much better to have source at the end of your sentences. But if you have some key facts listed and you want bullet points or things like that, sometimes it makes sense to have the whole sentence or the whole line as your source. Another common question I get about Glogster is, how do I change the size of the text or the font? Well, you can't just go and type in the font size, because you'll see it won't change it. You have to select what you want to change first. So if I want to make this bigger, I could change this to a larger size and then hit enter. The text will be bigger. I can make it smaller, hit enter, makes it smaller. Now there is something here called Flexi. If I click on this, it will actually automatically resize things so they all fit in that area. Flexi can be good. It's not my favorite. I like to actually choose the size of my things. Of my text. Now, to change the font, it's the same thing. If you just choose a new font, it won't change. You have to select the text first. Then you can go and change the font to something else. For example, this. With fonts, make sure you choose something that is easy to read. You don't want to choose something that's really difficult to read. Other things, alignment. We talked about Flexi. You can use all sorts of different alignments. If you don't want your paragraph centered, you can left align. You can right align. Just make sure that you select your text before you choose your alignment. A good glog is going to have some images, so we need to add some images, or one image at least, to your glogs. Now, my topic is cancer, and I did a search in Google Images for cancer, and you'll notice there's a lot of stuff. And the thing is, you could pull any of these as your image, but you want to make sure you choose something that's actually helpful, that's going to help other people learn about your topic. So if I choose one of these kind of cool looking images about cancer, I don't know if these would be helpful to actually showing somebody else what cancer is. And if I scroll down, there's some really gross pictures too. You don't want to put something on your page that's so gross that other people are going to not want to look at your page. So it's a balance. Don't make it too gross, and choose something that's going to help somebody learn. So I'm going to choose to pick a picture of a person sneezing. So I'm going to grab a person sneezing, and for example, let's go with this picture here. Let's say I want this kid sneezing as my image. What I do is go to View Original Image. I'm going to copy this link, and then over here, all you have to do is pull up your toolbar, and I'm going to go to Image, Link, and I'll paste in the link, and it's going to add that file. Okay, so now my image has popped up here. I can double click on it or click on it and click Use It to add it in, and there it will pop up. I can resize it from the corners, and I'm going to drag it over here to where this old post-it note used to be. Now, you need to do a couple of things with your images. First, if you have an image, you need to link it back to the source. So click here on the little link, and I'm going to copy the URL and paste it. That way, I am showing people where that picture came from. It's not my picture. I did not create that picture, so I need a link back to the original source. Now, sometimes with images you'll realize this image doesn't make a lot of sense, or maybe it needs some sort of subtitle. So here I was trying to show that cancer is not contagious like a normal cold. So what I can do is to create a subtitle, you can go in here to text, and there's all sorts of text options. I'm just going to go with some plain, well, I'll do something fun for this one. Why not? I'm going to choose this one. I'll go to Use It, close this up. I'm going to move this down and move this over, and I'll put, "You can't catch cancer from someone else like a common cold." So now I have some information that makes that image make sense. So sometimes you will need some extra information about your image. I could have chosen a very simple image or text option. This first one is the most basic text. It doesn't have anything around it, and you can just move that around and use it as you like. The next thing you may want to do is add a video into your project. So to do that, I'm going to delete one of these. First, you have to find a video. I found a video I really liked that helped describe what cancer is very clearly. Here's what you do. You copy the URL here. You go back over here to your page, go to Tools, and you're going to go this time to Video. And it's a YouTube video, so all you have to do is click on YouTube and search for it, and it'll come up. You click on it and you go to use it. Now you can also go and link it and type in the URL to link to the video. So there's several different ways of actually getting the video to work. So once the video is done uploading, you can click on it, it'll have a little preview, and you can click use it and it will pop up just like the image. Now I can drag this around, I can minimize it so it fits nicely. You can also rotate, you're always welcome to rotate things and try experimenting with the way things look so they end up in a way that you like. But here's the thing about videos. With this image, we had to link to where the image came from. That's our way of citing the image, the source of the image. The great thing about YouTube videos are it's actually built in for you. You don't have to create a new link. If you go to, let me show you this. This is my example of this on my other Glog. If I go to play this video, I can actually click here to watch on YouTube. So it has the link. It has the link to the original file built in. So that is incredibly helpful. So you don't have to cite your YouTube videos. They're automatically cited. Okay. Alright, so we've gone through all the key things here, how to delete, how to cite, changing the font size, alignment, adding images and video, and citing. The main thing I want to talk about now before we go is how to add some extra spice to your Glog. So if you go to Tools, there's all sorts of options here for adding text and graphics. Glogster has lots of different things built in, so you can go with all sorts of different text boxes. Let's say maybe you don't like the post-it notes. Well, you're welcome to change it. Let's say maybe instead you want this instead of the post-it note. Okay, well, I can bring this down, I can resize it, and I could go over here and actually just copy and paste what is here, theoretically. And I can just copy and paste in the details into this new text thing. Well, I don't know what to call this. It's a text thing. I'm not sure what shape this is. So you can always change it, and then I could go back and delete this and have these weird looking ones instead. That's fine. If you want to change the way the post-it notes work, maybe you don't like this note paper style, that's fine. You can change it. Maybe you just want to change the color. Remember, you can also go in here to change the color. So with this one, well, this one doesn't look like you can. So a lot of them you'll be able to change the color, not all of them. Post-it note, apparently you're stuck with yellow. Lastly, there's also lots of graphics that you can add. Some of them are animated, so I will warn you, the animated ones are really annoying. Like for example, this one, it does that the whole time that you're on the page, which frankly is a little annoying if you're going to visit someone else's page. So my recommendation, stay away from the ones that are animated, stick to the ones that are not animated, and feel free to choose some. They add interest. Just don't have so many that they're distracting from your topic, but they can make it look much more like a scrapbook or something really creative and interesting. At this point though, I think I'm done. The main thing is have fun. There's all sorts of different tools in here. Use the arrows. There's lots and lots of images to choose from. And what's great about these graphics that are built in are that you don't have to cite them. So you don't need to cite things like this. If you pull them from a different website, like the sneeze picture, I do need to cite where I got that. But play around with this. Audio, we're not going to talk about right now, but in the future you could put audio on your page. The difficulty with audio is if you have a video, having audio and a video makes things a little confusing. So I would stick to images and videos. Okay, but have fun. Try to get a rough draft done of your project while I'm gone. Thank you very much.